Check them out on the internet, racecoursehotel.co.nz. Gemmett's Power Tool Services pace vehicle driven by Lethally Young, former midget car driver himself, just retires to the infield, and we're about to go from mild to wild with heat number 2 of the midgets. Pace will quicken up, they'll go across that white chalk line, the front row, side by side, green flag flies, and it's Tom Lumsden. He leads the charge of the lightning fast brigade down the back chute. Chadwick in second, and Liam McCoubry in the 12 car. He's up there in the third spot, looking a little bit further back. 3 wide as they went past the MPD 100% fuel start finish line. It was Nathan Wilkie in the 21. Jack Lowe got around him. Wilkie got him back. But Jack Lowe, very classy performer, does sit there in that 4th spot right now. Bit of work for him to get to the front because we've got some heavy hitters that are just turning the dirt loose at the front. It's Tom Lumsden, Jay Chadwick and Liam McCoubry. They're the front 3. Lowe starting to close quickly in the City South Van Spears 54 car. Then we look back, the best of the rest is Nathan Wilkie, the 45 of Ben Morgan and Mitch Hill. Rounding out the field is Scott Miller, and the Denko was a don't go for this heat race. Laps counting down quickly, we're at the halfway distance, 5 in the books, 5 to go. And the untapped potential of the XB4 with Tom Lumsden doing the driving duties in the hang-up equipment, entertainment car. Boy, he is certainly putting on a whale of a show, but so too is Jay Chadwick. Chadwick getting closer and closer. In fact, he drew level. We've lost Scott Miller to the infield. Chadwick just trying some different lines there. This time he's looking down low. What Lumsden won't want will be a drag race between him and Chadwick. So he's going to have to fight him off. And look how closely Lowe and McCoubry have come into contention. Lowe, he grabbed that 3rd spot. McCoubry's going to come back and have another crack at him. Chadwick got a little bit sideways on. Lowe had to take evasive action. And in the end, just tagged him with that front bumper.
Well, that was really coming together quite nicely, that midget car race, and it was Tom Lumsden who was just nursing that car around. It's got a lot more horsepower than that, but he hasn't quite got the setup. Jay Chadwick was driving the race of his season. Of course, this is his first night back, but good to see that 98C car going as well as it did. And we've seen Jack Lowe and Liam McCoubry just sneaking in the back there. So good racing there, folks, and it was all starting to compress. But we still have got 3 or 4 laps here, AJ. It's going to be a great finish on this one.
Yeah, just 3 to go, and look who is sitting ominously on the outside of that 2nd row. And that is Jack Lowe. Nathan Wilkie, boy, this guy is just so consistent, isn't he? And he just does not give up. Actually, he's going to jockey his way into the outside of that 2nd row. Jack Lowe will be on the inside of the 2nd row. Row number 3 will be Ben Morgan and Mitchell Hill. Then we're going to have the 57 car of Jamie Brown and Nathan and Jay Chadwick. They're going to make up the back row.
Well, I'll tell you what, folks, this is going to be a real interesting start, because we know this engine of Tom Lumsden's, the XB4, has got all sorts of horsepower, and that S-Slinger of Jack Lowe's is very quick as well. Let's see how it goes at the restart here. This will be a real psychological battle for the feature coming up a little bit later.
Yeah, won't it, Justin? Here we go. Just 3 laps to go, and it's Lumsden, Lowe and McCoubry, the cream rising to the top. And this is the 2nd midget car race of the evening. Don't ride off. Ben Morgan and Jay Chadwick, he's already moved up a couple of spots as well. Certainly, Lumsden appears to have shaken the bugs out of that new car with the deep out developmental XB4 engine. Jack Lowe in second. Lumsden takes a win. Lowe second. The 12 of Macubri third. Then we go back to the 21 of Wilkie, 45 Ben Morgan, and rounding out the field will be Jay Chadwick, Mitchell Hill, Jamie Brown, and a DNF was Scott Miller. A DNS, as in do not start or did not start, was Paul Denson.
Yeah, great stuff there by the supporters of Tom Lumsden, all the way from Southbridge. He gets the 9C car up and wins the second heat here at Racecourse Hotel and Motor Lodge, Ruapuna Speedway. He really did just nurse that car around the corners. The setup wasn't perfect, but it was fast enough for him to take out the heat. So that'll put him in good contention for the feature race coming up a little later on.